Ontario has arguably been the most locked down jurisdiction across all of North America, but thankfully, things are beginning to change. On Monday, Doug Ford announced a sorta kinda, oh so slowly, gradual reopening. The ski hills, for instance, most of them will be reopened across Ontario. Did you know that Ontario was the only jurisdiction across North America to shut down the ski hills? Wow, what a bizarre decision. Thankfully, it's one that's being turned around. As I said, this reopening in Ontario, very slowly, very gradual, region by region. But when you look at various other US cities, Chicago, Boston, you name it, obviously Florida, lots of reopening going on there. Ontario, still the slowest, having an inch-by-inch approach to all of this. Is that the right way to do things? Well, the one thing I don't get is how so few people are celebrating the good news that we're seeing going on in Ontario. What am I talking about? Well, the fact that cases are just precipitously declining. That graph, wow, that is almost a direct downward chart in terms of how things have gone down so much. Tuesday morning, as I record this, down to 1,022 cases. But you know what? The science table just last month was predicting we would be at 20,000 cases right now. So let's A, celebrate the fact that things are nowhere near as bad as they thought they would be, and also say, well, hold on a second. Why did they keep getting their predictions so wildly incorrect? Now, I know some of you will say, Fury, be fair. What they said is this is what's going to happen if we don't lock down. That's not true. That 20,000 that I mentioned, that was a prediction that was made on January 12th. Ontario had already been in big lockdown for over 2 weeks. The 20,000 cases were just things that they predicted at that time. January 12th, although, turned out to in fact be the peak of cases, and pretty much the moment after they made the prediction, that's when things started to drop rapidly and massively. Yet, for whatever reason, public health officials will not allow themselves to say, yes, this is very good news. The little bit of good news they're willing to generate from it is they turn around and they say, this proves the lockdowns work. Do you believe that's true? Maybe there's something to it. But if you look at other jurisdictions across North America, you will see places like Florida, for instance, they have massive declines in their daily cases as well, and they did not lock down like Ontario did. I think we need to start talking about this nuanced data more, the contextual data, and what it tells us about the various restrictions on our lives. Do we still have problems in long-term care facilities despite the fact the vaccine rollout is proceeding in those locations? Yes, we do. So let's double down and help out those people who are most at risk of having a serious outcome from the virus. But the idea that, well, you can't have retail open even with social distancing, even with mask wearing, even with very limited capacity, that just doesn't cut it anymore. Thankfully, Ontario is starting to reopen those various locations, but oh boy, it's like pulling teeth. They are going oh so slowly when the numbers show, actually, things are looking way better than we thought they would at this point in time.